All right, how's everyone doing? Welcome to From Z to A, Alphabetical Interviews with Zach Andersen. I am Zach Andersen. Today we're here at Sage Sound Studios for the 55th edition of Monsters of Acoustic Rock, and I am joined by Jim Lopresti.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, great to be
I'm going to ask you the difficult questions as long as it has something to do with the letters of your name.
Cool.
So we're going to start with Jay. Tell me about your musical journey. How old were you when you started gaining interest into music? When did you first pick up an instrument? What was it like with your first performance live, and so on?
Yeah, oh man, early start. So 8 years old, I picked up the accordion.
All right.
I grew up in a Italian community, and my neighbors, the boys in the family, all played accordion. I could hear it. I just was curious, amazed, found out what it was, and that was actually my first instrument. And my folks took me to music lessons, so that was it. That was my foot in the door of music. My folks were into music, not musicians, but I grew up with listening to R&B and jazz and a little bit of classical. They had a huge record collection, so I guess I was destined to pick up an instrument at some point. Yeah.
Nice. What is your process for writing instrumental music? Does it tend to just an idea that pops into your head? Is it just kind of messing around until something sounds enjoyable to you and something to work with?
I think it's a little of everything. Sometimes it'll start with a phrase in my mind, something that I hear from a poem, and it triggers some kind of emotional feeling, and then I'll start to build a song from whatever I think those words convey.
Okay.
Sometimes it is just grooving now, as you know, on the handpan.
Yeah.
And I'll get a phrase that sounds cool, and then it just develops from there. So it comes from all different angles, but I think ultimately when I'm putting stuff together, the process is usually pretty personal.
Yeah.
The songs are poetic and emotionally driven, and that's it. A lot of different angles come into one. They meet at one place, and it kind of blooms from there. So
excellent. And in addition to performing solo and also with Earth Passenger, you also perform at yoga studios.
I do.
How important is music to meditation and vice versa?
In what I do, it's very important, and it's actually specific. So I do now what I'm considered as a sound bath practitioner when I go into yoga studios and other spaces that usually wellness spaces. So the music is actually there's a intention for healing, relaxation. People have the time to decompress and use. I probably would say sounds more as mindfulness practice. So it's not so much that it's the difference between entertainment and using sound to help people meditate and relax. So I have to switch gears in my mind. That I'm not there to kind of groove out and play for people. It's definitely a meditative experience, but the intention of a sound bath is just that, to bring in an element of ease and calm and slow us all down, because we're running nonstop. So it's a way to decompress and find some calm.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
What do you love most about performing live?
I think it's the connection to people. It seems like we live in a society. It's harder for us to connect because we're connected, but we're disconnected a lot with technology, and performing in front of people. It's a way to share an expression with someone, and if one person in the audience connects to it and says, "Man, that brought up some really heavy feelings for me. I was moved. It was beautiful. That was really nice." Then I feel really satisfied with that. So it's nice. So even if it's connected to one and not the whole audience, it's still meaningful to me. So I guess it's connection.
Absolutely. And when coming up with a set list order, do you tend to meticulously plan things out ahead of time, or just make it up on the fly? Do you change things depending on how people react to certain songs?
So because of what I do with the handpan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like I kind of think of it as like 3 levels of playing. So I have the yoga studio stuff, which is
Yeah.
very, it's set to like a 4-stage experience. It's all super chill.
Yeah.
That's planned out for sure. The solo shows, I'll go through songs and I can set a list, but I can waver if it feels like I need to, you know, and
Yeah.
whatever's kind of coming up for me too, you know, emotionally, I'll change and say, let me play this song instead.
Right.
If I feel like I need to end on a higher note with the mood of the room, I'll play a different song. Earth Passenger, same thing. I try to Earth Passenger, because we're a jam band, so to speak. We're usually ending on a pretty long, upbeat, moving, danceable song, and it's like, you know, boom, thank you. So we end up here. So
I got you.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I like to end all my interviews with 3 interesting or random facts about yourself that many people may not know.
Okay. People may not know, only because I've dedicated so much time to music, gotten back to music, found my way back to it. I am a tattoo artist.
All right.
I've been tattooing for 30 years, and you know, I know nothing more than art and music.
Yeah.
So right now, as this shift has happened with me, my time is dedicated into my music, but I do tattoo.
Do you have a
still.
favorite piece that you have done on somebody?
I do. I've gotten to do. I do black and gray realism quite often, and I've done some musicians, so you have that connection to the music.
Yeah.
I did a Lemmy portrait on someone's leg, and to this day, it's probably one of my favorites. So yeah, I tattoo. I am. Let's see, 3 things. So 2. I'm very strong, dominant right side of my body,
Okay.
but I'm actually a left-hander.
Okay.
I told people I do all the important things left-handed. I write, I tattoo, I eat, and I drink. But I can't throw a ball with my left hand. I bowl righty, I bat righty, I kick. It's a stronger side, but artistically and feeding myself, I'm left-handed. And last weird thing is I'm a certified firewalk facilitator, so I can take people across the coals for that kind of enlightening experience. I got certified probably about 2 years ago, so it's something I wanted to do as a something that not everyone can do. It's a really wild experience, and it's empowering for people. So I can hold firewalks, and I can safely guide people across the coals.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
If you want to check out Jim Lopresti, please visit the link below. And now we'll cut to performance from Jim. So thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thank